is so not about the weight for me, you guys. It's so not about the number on the scale when it comes to keeping myself on the straight and narrow. It is, but it isn't. I mean, the number on the scale is like down, like the fifth one down. It is how I feel. It is how I wake up feeling. When my diet is on track, when I am eating Code Red and I'm on course, then I feel fantastic. But when I am not, everything else just goes to the toilet. I'm Cristy Code Red, and you're listening to Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle, where we believe food holds the power to heal or poison, and we believe our society has been misled regarding proper nutrition and weight loss. You're in the right place if you're looking for some straight up truth, because I'm here to shed light on the lies and brainwashing that has taken place over the past 5 decades. Thanks so much for listening. Welcome back to Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle. I am Cristy Code Red, author, entrepreneur, retired professional boxer. I'm sitting down, so I can't do my normal. I guess I can kind of. I'm sitting on my stool. I'm sitting on my stool for this podcast. I've been standing up all day, and I kind of got a little bit tired. Hello to all of you. I'm by myself for this podcast today, and I want to read a rating and review for you. This is from... this just came in a couple of days ago. This is from Mama Tab. Mama Tab says, make it about the memories. 5 stars. Your podcasts are both informative and inspirational. Thank you for your brutal honesty and your stories. We all have issues, whether it's financial, emotional, or food-centered, which in my case has made my waist expand because I have filled my face and not my heart or mind. Your stories remind me how connected we all are and what really matters. You are absolutely right about the memories you create together, and that is what life is all about. Thank you, Mama Tab. I sure appreciate that. Guys, we would love your ratings and reviews. You know, that just helps other people. See, people don't believe what they don't believe what they hear, they believe what they see. So it's really helpful when other people can get on a podcast and read what other people write. Same thing with my Revolution book on Amazon. So I appreciate all of your ratings and reviews. And you got something you want to tell me that's not good, put it on there. I'm not afraid of your criticism. Put it on there, with an anonymous name. That's what people do. They do some kind of a criticism with an anonymous name. Like, what the heck? Well, oh my gosh, that's a coward move. Guys, I want to share something personal. I always do. But let's talk about... sloppy diet equals sloppy life. Now, I have been very honest and transparent with you guys about my life and how I have gone off program a couple of times. And it's, it's a kind of an ongoing thing where, 90% of the time I'm on the straight and narrow, and 90% of the time I eat Code Red. And then there have been a couple of times where I've gotten off the track. A lot of times that has to do with traveling. And I'm not talking about I travel every week. I travel all the time, every week. I'm talking about traveling overseas where I'm gone 18 days to Croatia or Spain or, traveling down the, where my mind is drawing a blank. I've been to Europe freaking 9 times. You'd think I'd be able to pull up one of those European countries. But that's usually what happens is just the ongoing... travel, and you're just off of your routine, and that's where I usually get off track, or I can stay on track the first week, and the second week it just starts to go downhill. So I get it, I understand. But what I have noticed with my own life is when I get off track with my diet, and when I say the word diet, by the way, the definition of the word diet is what a species habitually eats. Diet in our society has become, it is negative. It has this negative connotation that it means losing weight. But no, when I say diet, I mean what a species habitually eats. So when I say my diet, just what I'm eating, right? Of course, in Code Red, we believe in the proper human diet, and that is real food. Anyway, when I have gotten off track in my diet, my entire life, every area of my life gets sloppy. And I'm not kidding. I don't mean maybe. Like every area of my life gets sloppy. When I get sloppy with my diet, and I don't know if this happens to you. I don't know. I know I'm not the only one, but I don't know if this is happening to everybody. Every area of my life gets sloppy. When I get sloppy with my diet, my life becomes sloppy. That's why when I go speak to entrepreneurs, I am hitting it home. I am hammering it home. Yeah, you got to have systems in place. Yeah, you got to have a business coach. Yeah, you got to be able to post consistently on social media. Like there are certain things that entrepreneurs need to do systems-wise in order to grow their business. But if you are not taking care of you, then you can't level up your game every other area. It just doesn't work that way. No matter what, entrepreneurs try to ignore their health. They try to ignore it, and then they wonder why their business ain't growing. It's you can't. You guys, it goes hand in hand. You can't ignore your health. You can't be sloppy in your health and in your weight and maintaining your health and maintaining wellness and have the rest of your life be thriving. You just can't. It won't happen. It won't happen. I have been on this earth at the time of this recording 43 years. I have been in the health and wellness industry for over 25. I have been doing Code Red like hardcore for almost, at the time of this recording, 4 years. I know what I'm talking about. I have been able to grow massively, doubling every year. So I know what I'm talking about. I have a right to speak to this. And I am telling you right now, when you let your body, you let your diet slip, it's just, when you let your diet slip and your health slip, every area of your life is going to decline. I can tell you right now that for me, let's see. I said I was going to be honest. I guess I better be totally honest here. Letting a Diet Coke slip in, letting gosh, I'm trying to think of what I would let slip in here. Letting tortilla shell slip in here and there. Like it doesn't take much for me, you guys, for me to fall. I'm one of those people that I really need to stay on the straight and narrow 100%. I can't have things in moderation. And we've talked about this on other podcasts. Moderation is total bullcrap, I think. Everything in moderation. Bull crap. Have you looked around? 2/3 of this country is overweight. 1/3 of this country is pre-diabetic and obese. Like we don't have moderation nailed down. We are effing up moderation. We just can forget about moderation because we ain't playing that rule very well. And I don't in my life. I do not do moderation very well. So for me, for Cristy Code Red, just for me personally, it's not just one. It seems like it's one cracker. Miles just bought these crackers called Nut Thins. I guess they're pretty new. I don't know. They're new to him. And I had to ask him to keep them down in his office because I couldn't stay out of them. And it was one nut thin turned into 12 nut thins, then turned into nut thins and cracker and cheese, and then it turned into and then it turned into and it was just a tsunami. It was just a vicious cycle. And I just, I can't do moderation, you guys. And maybe you're like that, but I finally just admitted the fact that I couldn't do moderation. Everything in moderation. You just gotta have one. I just can't just do one. I can't. So I've got to do 0. It's 0 for me. It's 0. And so what I noticed a couple of times where my diet has gone off track, and I have let things slip, is I have noticed that I start being sloppy with my marriage. Okay. I ignore Miles. I don't talk to him as much. Don't smile at him as much. I don't give him hugs as much. I don't stop and just talk to him and hold on to him. I don't do anything that we need to do to stay connected as a couple. I don't do those things. I don't feel like it. I don't want to talk to him. My head hurts. I just leave me alone, whatever kind of a thing. And I let that slip. I let my marriage slip. I have a daily exercise routine. And although exercise has nothing to do with weight loss, we do want people in maintenance to exercise, and we transition people to maintenance. In fact, I have a program for people in maintenance called From the Couch to the Gym. And it's a program where you can go from zero strength, fitness, stamina, knowledge to all the way to bringing yourself over the course of a 12-week period to being able to enter a gym or Orange Theory or CrossFit or yoga or whatever you want to do. But there's a lot of people, and I work out with you every day for 12 weeks. There's a lot of people that just aren't ready for that. They don't have the knowledge, they don't have the core strength, they don't have the confidence. So I take people through that. But definitely for people in maintenance, we have we definitely encourage you to exercise regularly, and I exercise regularly and every day. But when my diet's off track, I miss the gym. I don't even bother to walk my dog. I definitely don't bother to take her for her runs. You know, Annabelle and I have a regular run routine where I'll run 3 miles plus with her, sometimes 7, where I'm running with her. All that goes down the toilet. I quit going to the gym. Therefore, I quit feeling good. I just quit going. When my diet's off track, I start getting up later. I'm an early morning riser. I love 5 a.m., even earlier. I love it. I love the darkness of the mornings. I love the quiet, still mornings. I love the fact that mornings bring such hope and a new slate. I love the mornings. I thrive. I am my best early mornings. I love it. But when my diet's off track, I start sleeping in late. I start waking up later. I'm missing the first 2 hours of the morning. Like instead of waking up at 5, I'm waking up at 7. I don't even need, I would have had enough sleep. I stopped that very important part of my life. I stopped waking up so early. Because this just happened to me recently, by the way. So I made a note of it in my mind of the things that were happening that I hated. When my diet goes off track, I quit going to bed early. I binge watch like Netflix. I just feel like such crap. I mean, my mind is mush. I don't like the person that I am. And I just sit there and binge watch like that Gwyneth Paltrow Goop Incorporated stupid show that I'm like, oh, this is cool. You know, like this is serving no purpose. And this is all because I've let my diet slip. I start getting snippy with my sister and my staff and the coaches. I get frustrated with them. I don't have a tolerance. I don't have patience. I don't have grace. I get snippy and short and rude when my diet's off track. I certainly have no energy when my diet's off track. I get tired during the day. My head hurts. I have a foggy brain. I wake up foggy brained. I don't have a clear brain. I usually wake up with a clear brain. And this has happened very, very few times, but enough for me to go, it's so not about the weight for me, you guys. It's so not about the number on the scale when it comes to keeping myself on the straight and narrow. It is, but it isn't. I mean, the number on the scale is like down, like the 5th one down. It is how I feel. It is how I wake up feeling. When my diet is on track, when I am eating Code Red and I'm on course, then I feel fantastic. But when I am not, everything else just goes to the toilet. It goes down the drain. You know, I got headaches all the time and I just wake up groggy, like I took too much of a sleeping pill, like hungover kind of a feeling. I hate that. It's wasting time. When my diet's off track, I don't create good content for Code Red. My job is to create content. My job is to be on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook and TikTok. And my job is to make sure that I am out there and I am contacting clients and I'm giving good advice and I'm coaching them. When my diet's off track, I don't even want to talk to the Code Red certified coaches. And my job is to coach them. They are my job. My job is to be there for them and to bring them along and to help them level up. But I'm not leveled up. When my diet is off track, everything suffers. You need to understand this. This is going to happen to you. This probably has happened to you. The problem is we get used to it. The problem is we get used to feeling this way. The problem is it just starts, well, that's just how I feel, because you don't know any different. But once you've been to the other side, and once you've felt the other side, you know, you would think you would never want to go back to feeling crappy, but we still do once in a while, don't we? We still do. We still fall off the wagon. All of us do. But how quick you can get back on is the key. I mean, like Rocky says, you're going to get hit, but can you come back from getting hit? That's the key thing. You're going to get hit. And you're going to, so you might fall off the wagon, but can you get right back on? Get detoxed, get right back on. Or are you going to let it completely derail you? The wagon leaves and you're stuck buying a house in the town that you just fell off in, you know, that the wagon is gone and you're so far from the wagon, there is no coming back for you, kind of a thing. Every area of my life every area. I am not exaggerating when I say this. Every area of my life declines. I don't even have conversations as well with people. You know, I'm walking through the mall, you know, my head's down. Usually my head is up. I'm smiling. I'm making eye contact. People recognize me. They come up and talk to me. They get a picture with me. I mean, like I'm inviting. I invite conversation. I'm smiling. I'm happy. I'm putting out good energy. But when my diet is on track, I keep my eyes down. I mean, when my diet is off track, I keep my eyes down. Like I don't even make eye contact with people. I don't like the way I feel, and I don't like the person that I have become. And it sounds dramatic. It might sound crazy to you. But this is the way that's so much of my life is driven from how I fuel myself. I noticed. Everything is so downcast in my life when I'm eating like crap or when I let crap sneak in. And you know, your mind starts wandering about when you're going to get your next fix. Well, you know, you just had like taco truck tacos, right? And all you can think about is now it's partly just your mind playing games on you, playing games with you, and it's partly chemical related. Because guys, manufacturers, they manufacture addiction right into food. It's chemical addiction and it's manufactured right into food. These food companies are not dumb. They know what they're doing. So partly it's just in your mind. And then partly it's a chemical addiction to when you've had sugar or some sort of sodas have these addictive, chemical qualities to them. And so it's partly in your head and partly not. You know, partly you're not crazy, but you're chemically addicted to sugar. And so when you allow that to come back into your life and into your body, it does hijack your mind, both chemically and mentally. And so when I have let myself get off track, all I can think about is my next fix. You guys ever thought that before? All I can think about is my next fix. When am I going to get my next hit? When am I going to get my next Diet Coke? When am I going to get my next tacos? I can't, you know, when can I have some more carbs? When can maybe I can sneak into the C-store, get a bag of peanut M&Ms. Maybe no one will see me. It's a bad thing having this blue mohawk. People see you everywhere I go. Somebody recognizes me. So I don't want to be a slave to that. And it's getting worse as I get older, like the symptoms, you know, back when I was 20, I could get away with things. But, when you're 20, the weight just comes off. Remember those days? I mean, for most people, your metabolism is like, you're just like a freaking racehorse, but you're just burning up everything you're eating. But no, not at 43. I am getting more sensitive, more and more sensitive to gluten, more and more sensitive to soda, more and more sensitive to sugar. And it affects me so bad. I can't even have one. Just like the Idaho meth commercial, I can't even have just one. And it just hijacks me. And then every area of my life comes down. You know, Code Red is having a huge year. We're doubling in revenue and in reach every single year. I'm traveling every week. We're doing events, big events with hundreds of people coming out to see me. I'm getting opportunities to speak. I cannot be down on my game. I'm trying to maintain my marriage. I'm trying to be a good mommy to Annabelle. I'm trying to spread this message of hope and healing. Every day is very demanding of me. We have like 62 subcontractors for Code Red. Every day is demanding on me. And I don't have like all the time in the world. None of us do. I want to make each day count. So when I let crap food come back into my life, and when I succumb to it, then I'm just shooting myself in the foot. I am taking myself down a level in every area of my life. I'm so disappointed in myself when I do that. And I hate the word shame, but I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed. Cristy, really? You're trying to lead this revolution of millions of people all over the world who are finding hope and healing through Code Red, and you gave into that? Come on. And the good thing is, you forgive yourself, just like Christ forgives us, right? You forgive yourself and you say, all right, you pay the piper, your weight is up, you feel like crap, you got to re-detox, and you get right back on that horse. But I am ashamed of myself when that happens. It doesn't happen often, thank you, Lord, because I'm getting wiser and wiser and wiser to it. I'm getting to the point where I'm in the Delta Lounge, right? And they have free food, free drinks. I don't drink, but free food, free drinks. And I just say, you don't need it just because it's free, Cristy. Come on. Come off of a really stressful event, and when you're dealing with massive stress, or I just paid a really big tax bill, right? Come on, entrepreneurs. The more money you make, the more you pay. It's a good thing, and then it's a kind of a good news, bad news. My defenses are down, and that's when I become the most vulnerable, and that's why I have a good accountability team around me to not let that happen to me. Whatever you do, don't let me go have that bear claw. Whatever you do, do not let me put that in my mouth. You keep that away from me. You keep me away from it. You got to have a good team around you, right? You got to have accountability, right? That's what we talk about on Code Red. That's what you guys have, right? Turning in your weight every Friday. Me too. But the more I go through this lifestyle, the more years I do this, the more years I realize it's just not worth it. I want every day to count. My movement in my life is too important. My words that I'm saying to you, they're too important to be altered by a chemical substance in my body. It's too important. My message, my voice, my movement is too important. And so is yours. You need to understand that you might not be a company owner, but you're raising some kids, and that is important. You are raising contributing members of society. You're raising kids that are going to be entering into the workforce and entering into college and entering into entrepreneurship and entering into marriages and becoming parents themselves. You have got to raise those kids right. And don't think you ain't in sales, okay? You're in sales. You're selling peas and carrots to that 2 and 4-year-old. You're negotiating. Well, I hope you're not negotiating too much, parents, because remember, you rule the roost. But you're negotiating with your kids. You need to understand that your voice matters no matter what you do. So don't let yourself give in to the crap, because it will take every level of your life down. If you don't believe me, if you think I'm crazy, think about it for yourself. I'd hate to say test it out yourself. I'm not going to say that, but think about it for yourself. Think about the things that you have been. I know I'm right. I know I'm right. I've been doing this way too long. I know I'm right. I don't have to. I know I'm right. You might not believe me because you might not be a rebel. You might not have gone through one of our challenges and you have detoxed from the crap, and you might not have realized how good it feels to be off of that crap. But try it. See what the other side feels like, and you'll know exactly what I'm saying. Everything gets better when you get the crap out of your life, out of your diet. It all starts with food. It all starts with food. And nothing can get as high as you cannot get as high as you want to go if you are eating crap food. You can't. You can't. You can't achieve the levels that you want to achieve. You can't. It's going to be a ceiling. There's going to be a cap on what you can achieve unless you get yourself healthy. It's going to cap off. It's going to cap off. I'm telling you. It's going to stop right here. That's what happens to me. That's what's going to happen to you. I don't care if you don't. I don't care what you do in your life. I don't care what you own or what you do, or if you're a gas station worker, or if you're a stay-at-home mom, or if you work for NASA. I don't care what. And every high-level earner, every high-level influencer, every CEO, every high-level entrepreneur, everybody at that level will agree with me. You cannot reach those high levels if you are not taking care of yourself. Bullcrap. That's bullcrap. Anybody that wants to tell me, I will call BS on anybody that tries to tell me different. It just can't happen because you just can't meet the demands when you are loaded down with sugar and alcohol and you are loaded down with crap food. You cannot meet the demands on you. And again, I want to remind you, this is not just entrepreneurs or high-level earners or influencers. This is every one of you listening to the sound of my voice. Every one of you this applies to. Standing in the, driving in the pickup line, picking up your kids from school. Parents, let me tell you something. You got a tough job. Everybody says that. Oh, parenting is the hardest thing you'll ever do. Well, I don't know that part, but I'm telling you, you got a tough job. And I need you to raise some good kids because your kids are going to come work for me. So I need you to raise some good, respectful kids with good discipline and understand the consequences of their actions. So do not downplay being a parent. Moms, if you're a stay-at-home mom, you've heard me rant about this before. I don't want to hear your bullcrap about, well, I'm just a stay-at-home mom. Like you're sitting around watching soap operas. I don't even know if soap operas are on the air anymore. That's what they used to do. That's just not the way it is. That's not the way it is. So every one of you this message applies to. Do you understand me? There's no way you're going to be able to reach your goals. There's no way you're going to be able to reach that potential. There's no way you can do this if you are eating like crap. Sloppy diet, sloppy life. You hear what I'm saying? 10poundtakedown.com is where you can go to get involved with us. The number 10, POUND, takedown.com. The link is in the show notes. If you're listening to this while you're driving, please don't touch your phone. Please don't text and drive. Please don't click the link. Go to it later. It's always going to be there. 10-pound takedown is always going to be there, guys. That's our monthly challenge. $47 gets you into the challenge to where you can dip your toe into this lifestyle and you can figure out that if I'm right. Well, first of all, I am right, but you got to be convinced I'm right. And that's where I want to see you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And I'll catch you soon. Thanks for listening to this episode of Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle. If you're not subscribed already, please be sure to do that right now. And if you enjoyed this episode, I would love it if you could do me a quick favor and rate and review this podcast. That would be just so helpful. Speaking of help, let me know if I can help you. Go to coderedlifestyle.com, check out my programs, and see what we can do for you. Until next time, Rebel on.